teacher. Hari Hari Bol Mataji. And we also have Devashish Prabhu here, who narrates Krishna Katha to all the houses that we go to, and of course does the kirtan also. So we are very, very fortunate to have them in our association. So Mataji and Prabhuji, where are you taking us in Braja today? Over to you.
Hare Krishna,
everyone.
Please
accept our humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
So today is our day 17 in our virtual Rajmandal Parikrama. And we are so excited that we've got this opportunity to become your guide for today's yatra. So Shweta, what is our today's yatra's itinerary?
Don't you remember? We are at Radhakund.
Oh, Radhakund. Wonderful.
In his Govind Leelamrit, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami reveals that Radhakund is surrounded in the 8 directions by the 8 kunjas, or groves of Srimati Radharani's principal Sakhis. The natural beauty of these kunjas lies beyond any mundane experience of beauty we may have had in this world.
Likewise, Shamakunda is surrounded by the kunjas of Krishna's 8 principal friends, or his Priya Narma Sakhas, each of whom submitted his kunja to a different gopi to manage. Radhakund and its surrounding area is seen of many wonderful pastimes of the divine couple in the Madhyana portion of their eternal 8-fold daily pastimes. This period lasts from 10:48 a.m. to 3:36 p.m. and the pastime include quarreling over picking flowers, stealing Krishna's flute, water sports, a swing festival, and playing dice.
Wow, that sounds so interesting and exciting. And did you know Radha Kund's banks are decorated with many temples? Just down the road and then down a small alley to the left stands a Radha Krishna temple, home to the presiding deities of Radhakund. These deities were discovered by Srila Raghunath Das Goswami while he was overseeing the evacuation of Radhakund.
Oh, that's so wonderful, Shweta. And do you know how Krishna killed Arishtasura and he was chastised by gopis?
Yes, yes.
So after Krishna killed Arishtasura, the gopis wouldn't allow him to come near them. After all, he had just killed a bull. Although Arishtasura was a demon, they argued, he had nonetheless assumed the form of bull. So Gopi insisted that Krishna would have to be purified of these offenses by bathing in all the holy rivers before he could be qualified to associate with them again.
Krishna, however, did not want to leave Vraja to visit all the holy places. So he struck the earth with his heel and created a lake bed, Shamakund. The waters of all the holy places then appeared there to fill this kund. The Lord bathed in Shamakund and with a charming smile declared that the gopis had now become impure and unworthy of his association because they had sided with the demon. Still, he suggested they could bathe in Shamakund to purify themselves.
However, gopis would not do that. They decided to dig their own kunda with their bangles. Once it was dug, they formed a line stretched all the way to Mansi Ganga and passed pots of water to one another to fill Radhakund. It was an arduous task and went well into the night. In fact, it went on until close to midnight. The kunda was not small, so even with all their effort, it was far from being filled.
Eventually, heeding Sri Shyam Sundar's Hint, the personified holy rivers and lakes humbly prayed to Srimati Radhika and they be allowed to enter her kund. This blessing would perfect their existence. With her graceful permission, they flowed from Shyamakund into Radhakund. At that moment, the Lord declared in front of the ecstatic gathering of gopis that Srimati Radharani's kund would be even more famous than his own, and that he would always perform his pastimes there. Sri Radha Kund ki jai.
So now comes to the streets, which are packed with pilgrims who are rushing to the Kunda from all direction. Bus loads of devotees have arrived from our Krishna Balaram temple at this time of the year, and in the middle of the night. It's so cold, and we are glad we are wrapped up in our chadar. How can cold stop those who want the mercy of Srimati Radharani at any cost? As midnight approaches, the steps leading to the Kunda are carpeted with pilgrims. This practically has no space left. There are thousands of people everywhere in the water, on the banks of Kunda, on the rooftops, and even on trees. The area is lit with decorative lights and floodlights. Mantras glorifying Radha Kund and are chanted on loudspeaker, and the noise is deafening. Just as we receive the special mercy of great personality on the appearance day, so on this most auspicious day of the appearance of Radha Kund, we find ourselves recipient of Kunda's very special mercy.
A countdown begins. Every announcement increases the pilgrims' excitement. 10 minutes to go, 5 minutes, 2 minutes. It's 12 o'clock. With a tumultuous sounds of Radhe, the crowd surges forward and dives into Radhakund. The devotees are overwhelmed with emotion. The atmosphere is surcharged with Srimati Radharani's mercy. This experience is not one of this world. How can I even begin to describe it? So, if one is sincerely seeking the mercy of Srimati Radharani, what he or she can do is come out on Rajamandal Parikrama during Kartik. Come with us to the midnight Radhakund bathing and take full shelter of Srimati Radharani here. You will not be disappointed. Radhakund is the most exalted of all places of Raja.
And like we devotees carry bottles and try to fill water from all this titha. This is the highest titha among all. So we fill water into our bottles to bring back to our individual houses and temples and yatras for the devotees who have stayed behind. For the pilgrims themselves, there is little doubt that the memories of this occasion will always reside in their hearts, bringing them back home, back to Sri Vrindavan Dham. Sri Vrindavan Dham ki
Jai!
Sri Radha Kund ki
Jai!
Jai Shri Sham Kund ki
Jai!
All glory to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone, for this wonderful yatra.
With us. Thank you. Haribol. Back to you,
Haribol.
Mataji.
Jai, 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 Hari Bol. So wonderfully narrated. For a moment, we thought we had Radha Kund, and that scene that you explained, it's Radha Kund is so nicely lit up, and pilgrims are just filling up the bottles for the other devotees who could not come, for their homemates, housemates, colleagues, everyone. Wonderful. That is the mercy of devotees. They can spread mercy anywhere. And both of you, Mataji and Prabhuji, narrated it so well. We were there in Vrindavan, and we could actually say Shyam Sundar looking from the corner of his eyes how gopis are trying to dig the Radha Kund with the help of their bangles. They are so innocent. So thank you very much today.
Thank you.
And always pray. we pray that may Shri Shri Gandharvika Girdhari bestow on you their choicest blessings on your entire family so that you may progress very well with Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so now let us see who's our little star who's going to narrate about Srila Prabhupada's pastime. And we have Chaitanya. Yes, we have Chaitanya Dasa, who is going to who is going to read for us the qualities of a pure devotee. Chaitanya is in the 4th grade, and he, when asked by Dakshayani Mataji in today's dry run, what does he like to do and how much does he chant and what services does he do? He said, I like to play cricket and I like to do math and I like to study. And what are the services he does? In his 4th grade, he makes the deities sleep. He does shrine of the deities. They have beautiful Gaur-Nithai in the house, and then he offers bhoga to them, and he also wakes them up in the morning. Isn't it amazing? At his age, we never got a chance to do all this. And blessed are these children, and they are our future preachers. We are so fortunate to have Chaitanya today with us. Welcome, Chaitanya. All the best.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Chaitanya and Manjulali Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Just few seconds, we are loading the PPT.
Okay, no worries. We'll chant. Chaitanya, let's chant in the meantime. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Everybody. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu. You ready?
Can you please make volunteer Shweta as the co-host?
Sure.
So that she can start presenting.
Requesting the host to make volunteer Shweta as co-host, please. Yeah. Requesting our host to make done. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Okay. All right, Chaitanya, we're ready to hear from you. Are you set? Are you there, Prabhu? Shall we start? Okay. Yes, Chaitanya, please start.
Hare Krishna and Dandavat Pranam, dear devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Today, we are going to speak on quality, poetic of a pure devotee. Alone or in public, a devotee expresses his feelings and prayers in a poetic manner, which is a reflection of his rejoicing heart in glorification of the Lord and his mercy. Srila Prabhupada was very poetic, as it is evident from his poem glorifying his spiritual master and Lord Krishna. Here's a sample of his poem on his spiritual master. Absolute is sentient, thou hast proved. Impersonal calamity, thou hast moved. This gives us a life, a new and fresh. Worship thy feet, your divine grace. Had you not come, who had told the message of Krishna, forceful and bold? That's your right. You have the mace. Save me a fallen, your divine grace. This Sri Vyas Puja homage was read by Prabhupada before the members of the Sri Gaudiya Math in Bombay in February 1936 on the occasion of the birth anniversary of His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati was very fond of poem and was especially pleased by the lines, "Absolute is sentient, thou hast proved. Impersonal calamity, thou hast moved." The speech was published later in 1936 in the Harmonist. The publication of the Gaudiya Math, also Srila Prabhupada's god brother, started calling him a poet. After this was presented, Srila Prabhupada was poetic not only in the literal sense but in very aspect of his personality as well. Gargamuni remembers, so Prabhupada really induced George in his devotional service. He even gave him a title. He didn't initiate him because he wasn't sure if he would follow the regulative principles. So he called him, his last name was Harrison. So Prabhupada entitled him Son of Hari. That was his title. That was his initiated name. Son of Hari, cause Harrison. Prabhupada is very intelligent. Prabhupada knew English better than we did because he thought of many poetic sentences that we never heard before. For instance, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We never heard of that word. That's a poem. Oh, that's a poetic description of God. We thought God was an old man sitting in the sky angry at us. We didn't know he played flute and danced with the gopis. So Prabhupada, he was very good at speaking and expressing himself. In English, certainly. He was empowered by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati to preach in English. His gesturing, walking, talking, singing, smiling, dancing, and archana were all performed with an extremely natural poetic grace, befitting a swan-like pure devotee of Krishna. There is a verse in Srimad Bhagavatam that a book or poetry which has the holy name of Krishna is depicted. Such language is revolutionary in the matter of purifying the material atmosphere. Even though such literature is presented in broken language or grammatical inconsistency or rhetorically irregular, still those who are saintly persons adore such literature. They hear such literature and chant it and adore it, simply because the Supreme Lord is being glorified in this literature. In other words, we are not meant for presenting any literary masterpieces, but we have to inform people that there is a fire of Maya which is burning the very vitality of all living entities, and they should guard against the indefatigable onslaught of material existence. Srila Prabhupada's letter to Krishna Dasa, February 13, 1969. This was the motto with which Srila Prabhupada worked. Essential truth spoken concisely is true eloquence. For those sensitive souls who had embarked upon a pilgrim's progress in search of truth, beauty, and ultimate happiness, association with Srila Prabhupada marked their journey's end, and they happily gave up all mundane pursuits and engaged in his service. Such was the attractive force of Srila Prabhupada's poetic nature, which was manifested fully due to super excellent level of Krishna consciousness. Jai Shri Prabhupada, Hari Hari Bol.
Bol, where have you come from, little koala? Hari Bol. That was so wonderful, power packed. Hari Bol. And it seemed that, and Prabhupada has definitely heard this. I can see the glitter in his eyes, the happiness in his face while he was narrating. And let us pray for Chaitanya that he becomes a nice preacher, achieves whatever is his goal in life. He achieves that also. May Krishna always assist give him the right intelligence to grow up into a nice Vaishnava. Let's chant for Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Bol, Hare Bol. Thank you, Chaitanya.
Thank you,
Okay.
Mataji, for such an opportunity.
Jai, Jai, Jai. So now we have a wonderful, since the theme is poetic today, we spoke about this quality poetic of Srila Prabhupada, and if you're a devotee, today we have a small poem on Govardhan, which will be recited by Isha. And Isha is another Vaishnavi, really power packed. And she sent me this narration, and I just couldn't hold back. I requested their parents to actually inspire Isha to recite this poem. So Isha is a wonderful artist also. She draws well. She likes to read books a lot. And she recites the shlokas really well. She chants regularly, and she also attends our Gita class. So she's a wonderful devotee child. Let's welcome Isha by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Mataji, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible, very much audible. So we will just share the small slides that you've done. Yes, and you can be ready. This is a small slide that Isha sent us, and she's going to recite it. Rivo, over to you, Isha.
Yes, ma'am. Krishna asked his father, Nanda, why do you worship Indra? You know he's not in charge. Giriraj gave us everything we need. Fruits and trees, luscious grass, cows that we feed. Everyone prepared to offer. Mataji, my voice is echoing. Hello?
Can you remove your headset and speak? Just remove your headset, disconnect the headset. Yeah, disconnect the headset and speak.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. We'll start again, no problem.
Yes, am I audible now?
Yes, it's better. Yes. Okay, please start again.
Krishna asked his father, Nanda Maharaj, why do you worship Indra? You know he's not in charge. Giriraj, he gave us everything we need. Fruits and trees and luscious grass for cows that we feed. Everyone prepared food to offer to the hill. But Giri wanted more and more, he wasn't fulfilled. Whatever they gave him, he said he wanted more. Until he got a tulsi leaf, he cried, Aniya, 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 I want some more to eat. With just a little tulsi leaf, your offer is complete. Giriraj accepted all that they could bring, deeply satisfied by their loving offering. Indra missed his puja and got very upset. He said it's a decision they're going to regret. He thought that he's the greatest, consumed by his pride. He wanted his revenge for what he had been denied. He called the thunderous rain clouds to gather in the sky. The residents of Vrindavan began to run and cry. Oh Krishna, Krishna, save us, but you there is no one. The storm will surely kill us if Indra's will is done. Giridhari Krishna, he lifted Govardhan. When the rain came, he sheltered everyone. When Indra sent the rain clouds to devastate the town, For 7 days straight he didn't put it down. Resting on the pinky of his left hand, the king of heaven, Indradev, he couldn't understand. Oh, how am I bewildered? It seemed just like a dream. For all this time I thought that I was the supreme. Humble Lord Indra saw that the rain had dried. Feeling so regretful, he gave up all his pride. Oh, Krishna, you're the greatest. Forgive my arrogance. I did not mean to cause this terrible offense. Hare Krishna, Hari Bol. Thank you.
Hari, Hari, Hari Bol. Wonderful. That was so sweet of you to have sent us this. And this is such a wonderful poem. And you recited with all your heart, Isha. I'm so happy. We are so fortunate to hear this from a small Gopi Vaishnavi like you. So we pray today and always that Lord Girdhari, he always bestows on you his shelter, his protection, and also choicest of blessings. So let us chant for Isha's recitation once again. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you, Isha. Thank you very much.
Hare
All
Krishna.
right.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Now we have a wonderful family who have been serving IBC since a very, very long time. It's on Whitefield, Aishwarya Vrinda Mataji and Vikram Chaitanya Prabhu. And they're wonderful children. Yes, Ram and Anjana. Sorry, what is your daughter's name? Ionija. No.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Are you
Hare Krishna.
audible?
Yes, you're audible, Mataji. What is our Vaishnavi's name?
What is it?
Devyani, what's her name?
Devyani.
Devyani
Devyani and Ram. Yeah.
Ram, yes, remember Ramji Devyani. Okay, so we have this wonderful family reciting and the Damodar Ashtakam, and whatever glories we speak of them, it would be like just adding a drop to the ocean of services that they do. Prabhuji is always engaged in the finances of Bhakti Center. Mataji so nicely conducts Bhakti Vrikshas and children's classes and Bhagavad Gita distributions and so many more things. We seek the blessings of your family, Mataji and Prabhuji. Please bless us so that we may also be of some we also may be of some use in spreading the glories of Lord Krishna. So let's hear from you.
Yeah. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. बोलो श्री श्री राधा दामोदर भगवान की जय, श्री यशोदा दामोदर की जय, कार्तिक मास महामहोत्सव की जय, श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्त वृंद की जय, ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द assembled devotees, हरे कृष्णा, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल.
Hari Hari Bol. That has definitely reached Goloka Vrindavan ki jai. All the Gandharvas would have come and witnessed this kirtan. Amazing kirtan, Mataji, Prabhuji, Ramji and Devyani. First the violin and then the kartal and we have the mridanga. That was a surprise. Oh, wow. Hari Hari Bol. We're so blessed today to hear kirtan from your family, Mataji, Prabhuji. So we pray today and always to Shishigandharika Giridhari to keep you under their shelter, divine shelter always. Let's chant for this wonderful, wonderful devotee family. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much, Mataji, Prabhuji, and children. Okay, so announcing the results for yesterday's family dance. So we have two winners. The first winner is Hasini. She's not there in this meeting today. I didn't see her, but if someone can convey this message, Hasini and family, they were really dancing so well and they were dressed up with tilaka and they were dressed up also like gopis and gopas. So big congratulations for Hasini and family. And our second winner is a very, very regular attendance, with a very regular attendance, these two small devotee Vaishnavis, Jyotika and Deepika. So a big congratulations. Please send us your address so that you see them there, so cute, smiling and so happy. So you will soon receive a gift hamper from ISKCON Whitefield. Do you want to say anything, Deepika? How do you feel winning this? You're muted. Okay, okay.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Mataji, so much for this. We didn't really have an idea of dancing and winning the competition. I asked my parents to join, but I didn't. Unfortunately, they didn't join. But I still had a lot of fun dancing.
Haribol, Haribol. Next time we can pull them also. Okay, that's also okay. All right, Hari Haribol. Let's chant for both the winners. Please send us your address. Deepika and Jyotika, please send it to us. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you very much. Let's join again tomorrow. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasandubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Kartik Mas ki jai, Shri Damodar ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gautam Hari Hari Bol.